with Mark Goodier. BBC Radio 2.
As many of your radio heroes and mine have said over the years, greetings, pop pickers. Mark Goodier here. It's my pleasure to join you for Pick of the Pops. And in our next hour, we're back to the biggest hits from this week in 1998. Let's begin with the year Margaret Thatcher opened the M25. Catchphrase started on TV. Neighbours started on BBC One. Yes, it's 1986. And here comes a Grammy-winning song on its way to peaking at number 13. This week's 24, Steve Winwood. Steve Winwood, up 14 to 24, Pick of the Pops. This hour from this week, 1986, the year Higher Love won Steve not one, but 2 Grammys. Jackie Gard on backing vocals there, and she was Jamie Cullum's guest on The Jazz Show on Tuesday. Catch up with that anytime you like on BBC Sounds or on your smart speaker. Pick of the Pops is live, so if 1986 is a big one, a significant one in your life, we'd love to know why. Get in touch, text 88291, WhatsApp 08000 288 291. The top 20 from this week 38 years ago. 20, down 6, Queen, Friends Will Be Friends. 19, down 4, Simply Red, Holding Back the Years. 18, down 7, Real Thing, the second decade remix of Can't Get By Without You. And here is a new entry at number 17, an 18th top 10 hit for Rod Stewart. Brand new at 17, on its way to number 2, Every Beat of My Heart, the title song from Rod's album, which included a song co-written with Bryan Adams and a cover of the Beatles classic In My Life. This month in 1986, Edinburgh became the first city to host the Commonwealth Games twice. Gary Lineker became the most expensive football player ever. And SJ in Newcastle, remembering the year they left school and started work 5 days after their last exam. Memories of being sweet 16, says SJ. At 16, Midnight Star and headlines. And next, it's a former number 1 in its 9th week on the chart. It's Doctor and the Medics. Spirit in the Sky has been number 1 3 times. Once for Gareth Gates and the Kumars for comic relief in 2003. Once for the guy who wrote it, Norman Greenbaum, in 1970. And there for Doctor and the Medics. 3 weeks at the top in May this year. Still on the chart at number 15 this week. In 1986, 14, It's Climbing for the Art of Noise, Paranoia. 13, Claire and Friends, It's Horrible Being in Love When You're 8.5. 12, It's Climbing for Real, Roxanne, Bang Zoom, Let's Go. Next hour, 1998 in part 2. And at number 11 this week in 1986, the title song from the debut album from a-ha.
Here I am.
Number 11. a-ha, hunting high and low. It's Pick of the Pops, and your top 10 is next, which includes more 70s covers and the biggest hit in 4 years from a UK Eurovision winner.
Morning, everyone. How's it going?
Morning, Vern.
Morning, Vernon.
Keeping you smiling every weekday morning.
I can't believe it. It's just made my day.
Coming up this week, we've got Claire Balding serving her Tracks of My Years.
I'd listen to this and that would make me, right, I'm in race mode.
And on Thursday, Mark Almond is in the piano room.
Performing with the BBC Concert Orchestra is always a privilege. It's always a total pleasure.
Come and join the fun.
Vernon Kay.
Listen live on your smart speaker every weekday morning from 9:30. Just say smart speaker, ask BBC Sounds to play Radio 2.
BBC Radio 2. Pick up the Pops with Mark Goodier.
It's the top 10 for this week, 1986. 10 up a couple, Samantha Fox and Do Ya. Number 9 is a third week in the top 10 for Bucks Fizz. Number 9, down 1 place, comeback hit for Bucks Fizz, New Beginning, and here comes another 70s cover. This is a group who chose some great songs to do their versions of among their 25 top 40 hits. In 1970, Shocking Blue got to number 8 with their original. 16 years later, 8 was also the highest chart position for Bananarama. Last week, number 9. This week, number 8, Bananarama. In America, it went all the way to number 1. Big thanks to Gary Davis for looking after Pick of the Pops this last few months. If you'd like more Gary, and who wouldn't, don't miss him tonight at every Saturday from 8 o'clock. This evening, Pick of the Pops and Sounds of the 70s, rather, celebrating Jim Kerr's 65th birthday. Sounds of the 80s. Tonight, 8 o'clock on Radio 2. It's One Hit Wonder time, and this one was Grammy nominated, but it lost out to Bruce Hornsby and The Range. Number 7 is New Shoes. It got as high as number 2 this week. It's down 2 to 7, New Shoes, and I can't wait. Hello, Mark, Kevin in North Shields here. I saw Queen on the 9th of July 1986 at St James's Park, Newcastle on their Magic Tour. Amazing, but very loud. And Steve is in a cafe in Menorca, remembering having his first foreign holiday to the Costa Brava 38 years ago. Fast forward 38 years, Spain is where he now lives. The soundtrack of your life. It's Pick of the Pops on Radio 2 with another one-hit wonder, and it's a big climber, up 17 to number 6. Sly Fox. If you're only going to have one hit, make it a huge one. In its 4th of 11 weeks in the top 40 and on its way to peak at number 3, Sly Fox. Number 6, Let's Go All the Way. The top 5 is incoming. And it starts with another 70s cover.
Radio 2 is shining a light on my favourite type of music, jazz. With some other fans of the genre curating their own jazz playlists on BBC Sounds. Emily Sandé.
When I heard Nina Simone, I learned that you can say so much with so little.
I'm from De La Soul. I want to tell you one of my favourite jazz tracks. There's a lot of magic in that.
And Jeff Goldblum presents a 4-part series, The Power of Jazz.
If you're a hardcore popular music fan, thinking, I don't do jazz, listen to these raw jazz samples sitting right at the heart of popular hits.
I have to stop and praise you like
to listen, search Jazz on BBC Sounds.
Pick up the Pops with Mark Goodier. Radio 2.
Number 5, up 1, Amazulu. Too Good to Be Forgotten, top 5 for Amazulu, top 10 first for the Shy Lights in 1974. Pick of the Pops, the hits of this week in 1986. The year McDonald's opened their first drive-thrus in Manchester, London and Coventry, and the year Richard Branson broke the world record for the fastest Atlantic crossing in his powerboat, Virgin Atlantic Challenger 2. And the year Emma in Dishforth remembers very well. Awesome year for music, youth club in Ilkley, bright orange loose belts, neon T-shirts, banging tunes, one of which might have been this one, which was revived by Paul Heaton and Norman Cook last weekend at Glastonbury. You can see it on the iPlayer. It's down 1 at 4 for House Martins. Number 4 in its 5th of 10 weeks in the top 40, House Martins and Happy Hour. And former House Martin Paul Heaton, he is one of the many stars at Radio 2 in the Park in Preston in September. Details and tickets at Radio 2 online. Saturday, by the way, sold out. Sunday, tickets still available. Hello, Mark, says Patricia. This was a memorable year as my daughter Holly was born in the June, and I remember listening to Owen Paul's My Favourite Waste of Time at 3 a.m. when I was up with the night feeds. Talking of which, Owen Paul is Owen Paul McGee, brother of original Simple Minds drummer Brian McGee, and there he is at his peak chart position for his only top 40 hit, My Favourite Waste of Time, number 3, up 1 place. Radio 2 for your Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock, Rylan, including special guest Dorno Porter for karaoke. Lisa at 6, Gary at 8 with Sound of the 80s. And if you love your 90s, you'll get them in the next hour of Pick of the Pops and with Fern tonight at 10 on Sound of the 90s. There is a new number 1 this week. It's playing soon after Wham's last single, the 5th and final Wham number 1 while they were still together, which became a big part of their farewell to fans at the final concert. 72,000 people at Wembley, and it's down 1 place to number 2, The Edge of Heaven. It's going to be the biggest hits of 1998 in our second hour, but not before our new number 1 and this week's 1986 complete top 20 countdown. 20 down 6, it's Queen and Friends Will Be Friends. 19, Falling 4, Simply Red, Holding Back the Years. 18 is down 7, the second decade remix to The Real Thing, Can't Get By Without You. 17 new for Rod Stewart, Every Beat of My Heart. 16 up one place, it's Midnight Star and Headlines. Number 15, down 5, Doctor and the Medics and Spirit in the Sky. 14, up 12, Art of Noise and Paranoia. It's Horrible Being in Love, Claire and Friends, up 6 to 13. And up 6 to 12, The Real Roxanne, Bang Zoom, Let's Go. Down 4 to 11, Aha, Hunting High and Low. Up 2 to 10, Samantha Fox and Do Ya. Falling 1 to number 9, Bucks Fizz and New Beginning. 8, Climbing 1, Bananarama and Venus. 7, Falling 2, It's New Shoes and I Can't Wait. And a big climber, up 17 to number 6, it's Sly Fox and Let's Go All the Way. Number 5 is up one place, Amazulu, Too Good to Be Forgotten. Number 4, down a place, House Martins and Happy Hour. Number 3, up 1, Owen Paul, My Favourite Waste of Time. And last week's number 1, down to 2, Wham, The Edge of Heaven. And that new number 1, the first of 3 weeks at the top of the chart. Her second UK number 1. Welcome back, Madonna, Papa Don't Preach. Your number 1 this week in 1986 is Madonna and Papa Don't Preach. It's Pick of the Pops on BBC Radio 2. Stay with us. Next hour, we have big tunes from 1998.
This is Radio 2.
On BBC Sounds. And on your smart speaker.
Play BBC Radio 2.
BBC News at 2 o'clock. This is Nikki Cardwell. It's 3 minutes past 2.
Thank you.
Now, Pick Up the Pops with Mark Goodier. BBC Radio 2.
Hello, it's Mark Goodier here. Yes, and here we go with part 2 of this week's Pick of the Pops. And in this hour, we are in the year we got DVDs in the UK for the first time. Johnny Walker joined Radio 2 to host Drive Time, and the very first MP3 player was released in Japan. We didn't quite know it yet, but that was the future. So let's take you back to the biggest tunes from 1998. That means, as we'll hear later, there'll be a little smattering of timeless World Cup tunes. Here comes our starter, 11 weeks on the chart, The Mavericks. The one and only top 10 hit for the Mavericks, Dance the Night Away, is this week's number 24. They're still going strong, by the way. Their latest album, Moon and Stars, came out a couple of months ago. A reminder, Pick of the Pops is live. So what do these songs and what does the year 1998 mean to you in your life? I'd love to get your memories. Get in touch, text 88291 or WhatsApp 08000 288 291. The top 20 at 20, Wimbledon Choral Society, World Cup 98, Pavan by Foray, 19, Destiny's Child and With Me, 18, The Lighthouse Family and Lost in Space, and at 17, it's one of those World Cup tunes. It's one that was recorded and released for the World Cup in France in 1998, and it's since been used by football teams all over the world. Dario G, Carnaval de Paris, at number 17. 4 weeks on the top 20 now, and it's 5 weeks in the 20 for Des'ree. Life is this week's number 16. Life peaked at number 8, the biggest chart song for Des'ree, and her third top 20 hit after Feels So High and You Gotta Be, and it was Life that helped her with the 1999 Brit Award win for Best British Female Solo Artist. On we go. 15 is Dr. Dre and LL Cool J and Zoom, and next, well, it was only a year earlier, this group got together, and by July 1998, they were on to their third top 10 hit.
Make you feel alright.
Number 14, 5, Got the Feeling. 13, Matthew Marsden, The Heart's Lone Desire. 12, Jean-Michel Jarre and Apollo 440, Rendezvous 98. And at 11, The Beastie Boys and Intergalactic, it's July 1998.
Pick of the Pops.
And your top 10 starts with a debut hit. Next.
Each week, Jamie showcases his love for jazz in all its forms.
Jamie Cullum here on BBC Radio 2.
From the greats
It's pretty hard to think of someone who spread as much joy as that in their lifetime. Louis Armstrong.
to the new stars, with special live sessions and guests from around the globe.
This is the home of jazz music on Radio 2. And right now you can hear my conversation with a true legend, Shaka Khan.
Jamie Cullum and Shaka Khan.
To listen, search Jazz on BBC Sounds.
BBC Radio 2. Pick up the Pops with Mark Goodier.
It's top 10 time, and at number 10. It just missed out on being number 1 4 weeks at number 2. Horny Moose Tea, this week's number 10. It's Pick of the Pops. The year is 1998. In July of this year, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets was published, to the delight of bedtime readers everywhere. And hello in Manchester, we've got 1998, Mark, the year we bought our house that we still live in today. £41,000. Bargain. Number 9, up 2 places. The only chart hit for these two as a duo, Brandy and Monica. It won them a Grammy, Brandy and Monica, up 2 to number 9. And number 8 is a song written by Everything But the Girl, and a hit when Karen Ramirez did her version in the style of their song, Missing Looking for Love, up 1 at number 8. Pick of the Pops, 1998, number 8, Karen Ramirez and Looking for Love, up 1 place. 7 is a new entry, Manson with their Legacy EP, and at number 6, it's a non-mover, Eagle-Eyed Cherry, Save Tonight. He is the half-brother of Nena Cherry, son of jazz trumpeter Don Cherry, and a hitmaker in his own right. The biggest chart success for Eagle-Eyed Cherry, Save Tonight, at number 6. We are in the summer of 98 on Pick of the Pops, and the top 5 is next. More soundtrack songs from the World Cup 98 on the way.
BBC Radio 2.
When you're watching Match Point through your fingers, or your stomach's in knots because it's penalties again, or you're cheering your head off as they go for gold. There's no feeling like live TV. However you're watching, a TV licence is your must-have pass to over 400 TV channels, with a whole summer of sport to really get your heart racing. And it also funds everything you love from the BBC, including live radio, like this.
Radio 2. Pick up the Pops with Mark Goodier. Radio 2.
Number 5, Fat Les. Number 5, Fat Les, down 3, Vindaloo, 4 weeks in the top 10. Fat Les was Blur's Alex James, guest with Dermot this morning, by the way, actor Keith Allen and artist Damien Hirst, and it still brings in 5 figures of royalties every single year. If you can't get enough of the 90s, don't miss Sounds of the 90s, Fern Cotton, tonight, 10 o'clock, Radio 2, and listen anytime you like on the BBC Sounds app or on your smart speaker. Here comes another massive football anthem, reissued and re-recorded for the World Cup 1998. Badil, Skinner, Lightning Seeds. Big part of the soundtrack of the World Cup 98. Host France won it. Just don't mention Beckham's red card. 3 Lions 98. It was number 1. And this week it's number 4. It's Pick of the Pops. Top 3 time, non-mover, debut hit from Bewitched.
Some people say I look like me dad. What? Are you serious?
So that was a number 1 record at the time. They were the youngest girl group ever to have a UK number 1 best-selling single, well, the 5th best single selling single of 1998. And at number 3 this week on Pick of the Pops, it's also the year that Blur and Primal Scream and Pulp headlined the Pyramid Stage at Glastonbury. And hello, Mark, it's Stephen Birmingham here. You are reminding me of my first holiday in Lanzarote, drinking in Lineker's bar. Thank you for bringing it all back on a damp Saturday afternoon. Here come 2 former Fugees, Pras and Wyclef Jean, with a bit of help from a song that the Bee Gees wrote, with the voice of Maya. Up 2 at 2, Ghetto's Superstar.
Man, look at the sky.
Rylan is on his way after the news at 3. Pick of the Pops has been a 7 digital production for BBC Radio 2. And here's your 1998 countdown before the new number 1. 20 up 6, World Cup 98 Pavan by Foray, the Wimbledon Choral Society. 19 new, Destiny's Child and With Me. 18's down 5 for the Lighthouse Family, Lost in Space. 17 also down 5, Carnival de Paris by Dario G. And at 16, falling a couple, Desiree and Life. 15, brand new, Dr. Dre and LL Cool J and Zoom. 14 down 6, 5 and Got the Feeling. 13's a new entry, Matthew Marsden, The Heart's Lone Desire. 12 is new, Jean-Michel Jarre, Apollo 440 and Rendezvous 98. And down 6 to 11, Beastie Boys, Intergalactic. Number 10, down 3, Moose T and Horny. Number 9, climbing 2 places, Brandy and Monica and The Boy Is Mine. 8, up 1, Kevin Ramirez, Looking for Love. 7, new entry, Manson, The Legacy EP. Number 6, a non-mover, Eagle Eye Cherry and Save Tonight. Number 5, down 3 places, Fat Les and Vindaloo. Number 4, last week's number 1, Badil, Skinner and the Lightning Seeds, 3 Lions, 98. No change at number 3, C'est la vie, Bewitched. And climbing 2 to number 2, Pras Michel, ODB and Maya and Ghetto Superstar. So here comes our brand new number 1, and in 1998 she was just 15, the youngest person to ever have a debut single enter at number 1. Congratulations to Billy. For 1 week only, Billy's Because We Want To is your Pick of the Pops number 1 this week in July 1998. And next week, we go to 1970 and 1980. So if those were big years on your life, please tell us why. Email mark@bbc.co.uk. That's mark@bbc.co.uk. Thanks for listening. Rylan is on his way. See you next Saturday.
This is Radio 2.
On BBC Sounds.
And on your smart speaker.
Play BBC Radio 2.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Nikki Cardwell.